Hello everyone, it is Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see by the title, I have a lot going on in this video. So I'm going to be testing out some new products and some old favorites as well. And we are just going to jump right into this video, so let's get started. So today, like I said, as you saw in the title, today is a Battle of the Beauty Sponge video. Now, as we all know, if you've been following me for a while, I love my beauty blender. I use it all the time. This is a fresh one, has never been used. And this is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I'm not sure if it has a specific name. Like obviously this is the beauty blender. I don't know if this is called something different. But they are both brand new. They are both wet to the same extent. So I figured it was only fitting. You know, this one says you can use it wet or dry, but since the Beauty Blender is recommended wet, I figured it's only fair if they're both wet, and they are both pretty soft. The Beauty Blender is a little bit softer, it has a different texture. The Real Techniques one is a lot more of smooth, like it's a very smooth foam, and I think apparently the Beauty Blender, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe they claim to have invented like their own foam. Like this is not a regular foam for like a sponge. I think they invented their own like foam consistency. They're both pretty much the same as far as consistency goes. The Real Techniques ones feels a little bit more like a latex wedge just because of how smooth it is. But they are both latex-free sponges. Awesome, even though I'm not allergic to latex. But I'm going to be testing these out today and giving my honest opinion. Now, with the foundation I'm testing out today, I have not used the Beauty Blender with this foundation in a minute, so I'm not sure how it's going to react. I don't quite remember how it works with this product. Sorry about that, that was my watch. And so today I'm going to be testing the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, either that or it's like the Studio Finish Foundation, something or other like that. And this is in the color Light Ivory. It's the lightest shade they had, and it's like basically a perfect match for my skin tone, like perfect. And it also has yellow undertones, which I love because a lot of foundations, when they get to be super pale like this, they have an orange undertone and it's very obvious and I really hate it. But this one is pale and it has a yellow undertone. It's oil free and it has SPF 15, so I love it. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to shake this up. And then I'm going to be setting everything with my Airspun Coty powder as I go along because, as I said, it's only fair. Plus, this one has like different, you know, areas, and like we all know that. So I was thinking of setting powder with the flat side, but that's kind of hard to do when it comes to under your eye. So I think for under the eye, I'm gonna set using the shorter side of the sponge. And just go like that. I'm going to be doing everything with a handheld mirror, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, and so I'm going to take about 4 pumps of this foundation on the back of my hand. Ooh, girl, she's running low. Come on. Come on, don't do this to me. There we go. Whew. Now that is a lot of foundation, but you know, sponges absorb product, obviously. So I am going to use the Beauty Blender on the right side and the Real Techniques sponge on my left side. So I'm just going to take the back of just a random Morphe eyebrow brush and dot it around my face. So I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and just start one. And so with the Beauty Blender, I'm just going to take the side that has foundation on it, flip it 180, and use the opposite side to set, because using loose powders with a damp sponge just like works magic and wonders and fulfills all your dreams. And then for the rest of my face, I am going to go in with a powder puff, and that kind of seems, you know, a little odd or maybe even unfair. But obviously this is like a normal, I'm doing this like a normal foundation routine, and on a normal foundation routine, I don't set the rest of my face with a sponge. So I'm not going to do it for this video. And with this foundation, it does show off a little bit of excess texture, which is not a huge deal, and I don't know if it's the foundation or the powder, but it does kind of have a flashback with photos, which I hate because I'm already pale as fuck. I don't need to look like I don't know how to match my foundation. Because I do, obviously, like, you see, it matches my neck, and I didn't even blend it down there. Ugh, I know how to match foundation, I swear. Alright, so now I'm going to use the Real Techniques side. I'm going to do the same thing and dot the foundation around because it's only fair that I do it the same way. And then I'm going to go in with the rounded, actually I'm going to go in with the flat side and try blending out my cheeks first. Right off the bat, this is like a very like spongy, like rubbery kind of sponge. You know, it feels like less like soft sponges and it feels like a lot more like rubbery, like bouncy. And it's not distributing the product the greatest. It's not bad, but it's not doing real great so far. I should also point out that one beauty blender, don't quote me, but I feel like these are pretty accurate estimates. I think one beauty blender is $12.99 and these two Real Techniques sponges, two of them, are $10.99. So, you know, basically two for the price of one. So, you know, if the Real Techniques sponge works out, then, you know, that could save you some money in the long run. Buying two sponges at a time. And you're supposed to replace your sponge like every month or so, which honestly is kind of like BS. I feel like they say that just so you spend more money on the sponges, and then I'm going to take the other side and set, but I feel like they just say that so you spend more money on the sponges because, you know, like I've had mine for a lot longer than that, and I take good care of my sponges. I had my beauty blender for probably almost a year, but my dog ate it, so it didn't quite live to see a year, but almost a year. And that thing had a few holes in it, like maybe 2 or 3. It's like basically none. The color was a very like faded pink, like it didn't look real cute, like, you know, it didn't look very much like a beauty blender anymore. But that thing still worked the same as the day I bought it. So I was not going to throw it away, but I had to because my fucking dog ate it. I was pissed about that. $12 sponge, about lost my shit. And then so I'm just going in and adding a little bit more. So for first impressions, I don't really notice that big of a difference. I feel, actually I kind of do. There's a little bit more texture right here. I don't know if you guys can see that on this side, which is unusual because normally the texture that's over here shows up on both sides of my face. And normally I use a brush. I will rarely use a sponge for foundation. So, sorry, I keep looking into my monitor. I'm not used to this whole looking into a camera lens thing. It did crease on my forehead. That has nothing to do with the sponge, obviously. I do notice a little more coverage on this side. However, I do feel like I used slightly more foundation on this side. I don't see that big of a difference. One thing I will note is I put the same amount of foundation under my eyes, and there is more coverage on the side that I use the Real Techniques sponge for. There is more coverage under my eyes and on my eyelids. The coverage on my eyelids is a barely noticeable difference, but the coverage under my eyes and on the redness in my cheeks, you guys can see, I added extra foundation to both sides of my cheeks right here next to my nose because those are my most red areas, and this side just looks like it has more coverage. I don't even know if it's registering on camera, but in person, It has more coverage there and under my eyes. And overall, there's like more acne on this side, but like this covered it better. I really like looking in a close-up mirror, looking in the mirror behind my camera, looking in the viewfinder. I really don't notice that big of a difference. Like, honestly, this really boils down to personal preference. These are both Phoenix MUA approved, by the way. I really think it boils down to personal preference, and if you would rather be bougie and spend $12 on one sponge or spend $10 on two sponges. They really both do the same thing. They both got the job done. I do feel like this side is a little cakier and it has slightly less coverage, but also this sponge is more porous. It has bigger holes, so I can imagine obviously it would absorb slightly more product. So I feel like that's why it has less coverage. I'm pleasantly shocked. I had high hopes for both of these. Obviously, I love my Beauty Blender. It works pretty well with this foundation, but I think this Real Technique sponge might replace it because this adds coverage and there's no texture. It's been a few minutes, you know, probably as long as I waited for this, and I don't see any texture. Like, let me get real close here. Do you see that? Like all the little black dots right there? And shadows and like texture. And then on this side, oh, where? Okay, Real Techniques, I see you. Hold on. So, like I said, you guys, this is really like a personal preference thing, and like, you know, like I said, you know, how much money do you want to spend? Because annually, you know, when you add up, I mean, if you're a makeup artist, it's a tax write-off, but I'm not. I'm 17, I don't have a job, so any money that I can come by is really important to fuel my makeup addiction. So, alright guys, I'm back. Sorry if my camera angle changed or something. I had to switch it out, put another card in because that card was full. I only work with 16 gigabyte cards at a time, so it's kind of, you know, touch and go. You have to film pretty quickly. So yeah, totally a personal preference thing. And one thing I forgot to mention is, on these YouTube videos, there's a lot of extra texture on my skin, especially when I'm close up. But that is because my camera is filming in a weird dimensions. Like the pixels per inch is weird. Normally, resolution is like 1080 by 720. Mine is 1280 by 720. So there are an extra 200 pixels that it's trying to squeeze in from the sides. So my camera is quite literally adding texture that is not there. I put that in the description of my last YouTube video. I was like, I promise you guys my skin is not that bad. And it's not in person. My camera just quite literally adds texture that isn't there. And I really hate that. So yeah, moving on to the next product, the best drugstore mascara? Question mark? I know that's not an original title. Everybody's been using that ever since this came out, basically. So, I'm going to be reviewing the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Interesting name. I bought the color 200 Blackest Black. There was 200, 201, and 203. I didn't see a 202. There could be one, I don't know. 200 is Blackest Black, 201 is black, and then 203 was brown, Blackest Brown. And I'm like, what? So, 91% saw intense and volumized lashes. Now there is an asterisk there and it says, in a customer test. Plus 98% lengthening effect, we'll see. 87%, asterisk, saw more beautiful lashes. Okay, let's see what the hell the heck says. Our first mascara for voluptuous volume and lush length with ultra sensational application to fulfill your lash desires. Whew, that is a lot. A soft wavy brush with more than 200 bristles holds maximum formula for a dramatic volumizing charge to catch every lash. Who the f writes this shit? Like, can you write my English paper, please? A smooth, gliding formula provides silky volume in one coat. Intense at the gaze, soft to the touch. We will see about that because some mascaras dry and they get crusty and disgusting. Let's give this a try. So, when I saw Jeffrey's video, I thought it was like, I thought the cover photo was the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara because the wand looks almost identical and it's pink packaging, chrome pink. So, you know, it was just the cover photo of like him with mascara right next to his eye and it was pink and the brush looked the same and I was like, is that really clickbait? Because I thought it was the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It looks so similar. 90% of the... You get 0.28 fluid ounces. God damn. How many more times am I gonna draw this? You get I'm sorry. So you get 0.28 fluid ounces of mascara, and that seems to be a little below average, but there's not really like an average for mascara. Like, average foundation is 1 fluid ounce, but like mascara is like always different. So we will see how this performs. So what I love about this mascara is there's not like a ton of product like gunked up all on the wand. Like, I hate it when products, there's a little bit of product on the wand obviously, but like when, you know, there's like globs and shit of product on the wand, I hate that. Now that I got y'all in real close, we're gonna see what the real tea is with this mascara. Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to curl my lashes. I rarely ever do that, and I don't really care. There's like no product. I'm sorry, what? Try that again. There we go. Holy shit. Yeah, that's 1 coat coverage. I'm obviously gonna add a few more coats because I love to build layers and get it really thick and then make it look like I actually have eyelashes. Holy shit. Do you see what this does to my eyelashes? Hold on, wait a minute. I am shooketh. No, but like for real though, I'm actually shook. This isn't clumping my lashes at all. Not one bit. Oh my god, you guys. And obviously y'all can see I'm going ham, like 6, 12, 20 layers, you know. It's not clumping my lashes. This was $9.99 by the way. Come on, you guys. That's, for a drugstore mascara, that's pretty freaking typical. And oh my god, I am shook. Seriously, I am thoroughly shook. Oh my god, do you guys see that? That's without. This is the first mascara I've ever had that doesn't clump. I am, oh, there's a little bit of crusties above, like on my lash line. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, whoa. Yeah, they're not kidding. When they say it's intense at the gaze, soft to the touch, it is. It's not like a normal mascara that dries super like crusty and makes your lashes like crunchy. Like that, whoa, that's a trip. For me, that is a trip. Damn, with a curl, do you see how much bigger my lashes are with a curl? That's impressive. That looks like I got false lashes on. I'm a little shook. I honestly, like, I don't even know what else to say. So, yeah, like I said, I'm genuinely shook, you guys. This is good mascara. Honey, go out and get yourself a tube at your local Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, wherever the hell they sell L'Oreal and drugstore makeup near you, because, honey, don't sleep on this one. Girl, that's really all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like below. Feel free to share this video with all of your friends, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.